Aloha and welcome. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about email as it relates to security. So we're going to be going through POP, IMAP, and MIME. So without further ado, let's jump into the text. So the first one we're going to talk about is the post office protocol, which is called POP. There's a secure version of this called POP3, and POP3. These are essentially activated, well, not activated, but these operate on the application layer protocol, layer 7. So they're all the way at the top of the OSI stack that we talked about, or the OSI model. So what you'll need to know about POP, there's a couple things really. One is that it sends everything in clear text and it uses TCP. Remember, we talked about we either use TCP or UDP. TCP is for things where we need to make sure that the transmissions get through and everything else. UDP is kind of like fire and forget. It's like if you're doing a video stream, you don't really want to, if you miss a thing, you don't want to have it rebroadcast because it's already too late. Just skip that little bit of information. It may be a tiny jitter in your video feed, but it doesn't really matter. So we're using TCP port 110, and it's sent in clear text. So this is not a secure version here. This is not a secure way to check your email. What you want to do if you're using POP is you want to use POP Secure, which is also known as POP-S or POP3S. So POP3S is going to use the SSL TLS to secure the communications between the POP client, which is like your Outlook or your mail and iPhone, and the server. So it's going to do that over TCP port 995. So you need to remember that POP3 uses TCP. It uses either 110 for unsecure or 995 for secure communications. Just a little bit about POP to understand how it works. POP is the protocol for checking, or it's for retrieving email. So you'll have a POP server, and that POP server takes in email. And if it's for, let's say, me, it's going to have a folder for me. It's going to put the email in there. It's just going to pile up in there. And I will check it with a client. And often clients are set up to retrieve all the email that's on there. So it'll go and it'll pull everything down. You can set it to leave a copy on the server, but let's say you didn't. Let's just say you connected there and you pulled everything down from your phone. Well, when you get home and you're checking on your desktop computer, you'll notice that, oh, where'd all my mail go? Your mail isn't located on the server. It's been pulled down to the client. So it's going to be on your phone. So POP is a little bit of a pain in terms of synchronizing between different clients. You can leave a copy on the server and then you're each grabbing the latest stuff from there. That's fine, but the problem with that is eventually your server mailbox is going to fill up if you don't go there and retrieve and physically delete it from your account. So that's an explanation of POP. Just remember that it sends stuff in clear text unless you're using secure POP over port 995. And remember that they're both TCP. The next protocol that we have is IMAP protocol, and this is a lot more easy to work with multiple clients. So IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol. It's an internet standard used by an email client to retrieve an email from a mail server. So IMAP 4 is the latest version that we use. It also works on application layer protocol layer 7, and it uses TCP port 143. It as well is not secure. So if you want to do secure IMAP, you're going to have to use IMAP-S. That also uses SSL TLS, and it's going to be using TCP port 993. So that's something to keep in mind. So we have a comparison chart here for you to look at the differences in them. It's pretty easy to understand. The difference also when you're creating folders, if you've got a client hooked up to via IMAP, when you create a folder, you can create that on the server so that you can file your things away on the server. So everything's stored at the server. But it gives you the ability for different systems to be looking at the same information, the same set of folders, and the same set of emails. The next thing we have here is SMIME. So MIME stands for Multipurpose Internet Mail Extensions, and this allows us to use non-ASCII character sets and multimedia attachments in email. So the secure version of this is called Secure Multipurpose Internet Mail Extensions, SMIME. It's an internet standard for signing and encrypting MIME data. So SMIME is going to provide you authentication, integrity, and non-repudiation of origin, and it's going to give you confidentiality security services for all for your electronic messaging. So the problem with this, though, is it requires that X509 certificate that we talked about before for email clients. And it's nice that it can use RSA, DSA, ECDSA, digital signature algorithms for message signing, and it uses AES and 3DES for message encryption. But it's unfortunately not used that much. Because it's complex for the certificate management and everything. A lot of people don't use it. So I personally don't use this, and I'm security wary, but it's just such a pain, and it's not that widely used in regular life that yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's a tool that's out there, but the complexity of it keeps it from being widely adopted. So just know that for the purpose of the conversation here, or for the certification exam, you're going to need to know that there's MIME, and then you've got secure MIME. You need to know that in order to do secure MIME, you need an X509 certificate. You can do RSA, DSA, and ECDSA for the digital signature side, and then you can use AES or 3DES for the message encryption. So that's what you need to take away from this part. And that is it for this quick intro to security and email. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I'd be happy to help you. Have a great day. Aloha.